Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. It's Andrea here, coming live real quick to talk about making the shift into the new earth. This is something that I have been talking about for a few years, and I have been seeing it magically, mysteriously, in unexpected, divine ways unfolding in my own real life. So it's pretty surreal to see it happening in real time. I actually have some notes that I want to jump into to make sure that I cover every point that I want to talk about before I go ahead and get myself ready for bed. So we, human beings, mankind, Earth, has been in spiritual warfare. There is a spiritual battle on human consciousness, the manipulation of our mind to control us, keeping us dumbed down, drugged up, and disempowered, like I say, to keep us in fear. Because why? When we are in fear, we are easily controlled. We just conform to the systems, okay? So right now, at this time in history, this time has been prophesied and promised for millennia. It is just highly distorted and really, really misunderstood. It is a shift in consciousness that is taking place. We are starting to wake up, realize more of our true power and potential, take our power back, and create this new earth, this new way of thinking, being, and doing for humanity, where we move out of fear and back to love, which is our true divine spiritual nature. We are moving out of lack and scarcity and into abundance. Abundance is our birthright. We are moving out of thinking the ideas that we're separate or we're divided and realizing that we're actually, in truth, one. We are one body, one mind, one consciousness. We're all co-creators in this reality. So we all create our own individual reality, and then we have this collective idea of how the world works. Previously, the narrative has been fear, poverty, sickness, scarcity, lack, division, separation, right? But it's bullshit, okay? And it only exists because we are giving it our power. Because there is this spiritual war battle on our minds, on consciousness, these powers that be, you can call them the deep state, the elites, the cabal, the Illuminati, whatever you choose to call it, the darkness, the devil, you can call it whatever you want. There's powers that be that understand the power of our minds and have been manipulating human consciousness to sway us into their agenda, to creating what they want for them. Okay, because if they tell us something and we believe it to be true, we accept it. It becomes our belief system. It becomes our truth, and we create it. Okay, so we're moving from fear to love. Fear is an illusion. Fear is not real. False evidence appearing real. Danger is real, but fear is a choice. Yes, I did get that movie from that movie. What is that? Earth movie with Will Smith and his son. But that's true. Fear is an illusion, okay? It's created in our mind. What happens is we are divine, infinite, pure, unconditional love, connected to God, to source. We come from God, source, universe, divine intelligence, infinite creator, whatever you choose to call the light. We are light, okay? And we go so far away from love, we forget who we are. We fall into the illusion of fear and this world. All right. And chaos within, chaos without. Since we create our reality from the inside out, you can keep people dumbed down, drugged up, disempowered, in fear, survival, blame, shame, victim, unforgiveness, bitterness, resentment, all these lower frequencies and vibrations. That's what we see mirrored and reflected in the physical world. Hence why we are basically creating right now hell on earth. So this shift that is taking place, this shift in consciousness as we wake up and take our power back one by one, first on an individual level, and then collectively together, we are moving basically, I believe, from creating what is now basically hell on earth, you guys, to creating heaven on earth. Okay, I believe heaven and hell are states of mind, levels of consciousness. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Okay, so again, when we're in fear and survival, we're easy to control. So this has been what has been going on throughout history. The powers that be, like I said, have been controlling, manipulating, conditioning us, indoctrinating us, dumbed down, drugged up, and disempowered we have been. So we can activate DNA to reach higher levels of potential. So what's happening is there's this thing called Schumann resonance. It measures these solar flares coming from the sun. Sun is light. Light carries information. We are light. Our DNA, therefore, can be activated with these light codes, okay, that carry new information. Our DNA is encrypted information. And so they say we have junk DNA. Our creator did not make us with junk, you guys. That DNA can be activated to reach higher levels of potential. And as we are activating these light, divine, infinite light codes within us, that are our original human blueprint, you guys, had 12 strands of DNA. We've been genetically, our DNA has been modified in the ancient past and in the recent past too, specifically the last 4 years. Our DNA has been messed with, trying to keep humanity in this dumbed down state, in fear, because the powers that be know this is the time of ascension. This is the time of the mass awakening of humanity, where we're starting to wake up to who and what we actually are and take our power back. And the power of the people is much stronger than the people in power. And so we're taking our power back, and they are losing control. And the systems are crumbling, the medical, the education, the governments, all of our current systems. And this is the chaos that we see as well. I call it the demolition process. You have to tear down the old to build the new, right? You demolish a building, it's messy, right? But it's a necessary process, okay? So we got to activate this. We came here to make this shift in consciousness. It's the whole reason we're here. We're spiritual beings here to experience life, learn, grow, expand, and evolve, okay? We are energy, spirit, soul, which does not die, it transforms. Okay, so we've been here before. We just don't remember, because Earth specifically is a ground for spiritual growth and soul evolution. So we come here to forget so that we can experience life fully, right? Because if you knew why you were here, like, you wouldn't be able to experience. And then there's duality here as well. So light and dark, good and bad, hot and cold, so we can experience all of it. And what it boils down to is it's all God. God didn't know what God was. So God created us as a vessel, as a temple for itself, to embody, to come here to experience life. Okay? So I personally believe that everything is God. There's nothing outside of this thing that we've come to know as God. It says in scripture, which I look at the Bible as a book of metaphysics, it's teaching us how to live according to the spirit. Meta means above the physical. So we can't take it literally through eyes of the flesh, right? You have to take it through with spiritual discernment and understanding, right? But it says in there that good and bad, light and dark, I, the Lord God, create all things. All things. It's infinite, eternal, omnipresent, omnipotent. It's the beginning, it's the end, the Alpha, the Omega, always was, always is, always will be. It's right? It's everything. Okay? There's nothing outside of this thing that we've come to know as God. You're God, I'm God. Everything around you that you see is this pure creative energy. The spirit, the soul within you is the very thing that gives you life. Okay? Consciousness. It's all one consciousness, one collective consciousness, right? But we're all co-creating, like I said. So you're creating your little world over here. I'm creating my own little world over here. And together, again, we have this collective idea that we're creating of the current reality that we see today, right? So we're shifting paradigms. When you shift paradigms, you're shifting beliefs as a collective. Right now, we're in the revolutionary period of a paradigm shift. The revolution being people are starting to wake up, question, take their power back, and realize we do not have to submit or conform to these systems. All right, so this is what we came here to do, to make this shift in consciousness. A lot of us are light workers. We agreed to come here to help guide others during this shift in consciousness. And if you feel like that is part of your mission and purpose, I invite you to reach out to me and let's talk about it. But it's important that we do the inner work. We must do the inner work to heal, to transform, to release the things that are no longer serving us. But it's important to know that we're not broken and we do not need to be fixed. We can simply choose to release these things. Example, the things in our past that shaped us. They made us who we are today. Okay? It's about getting the lesson and taking that experience and turning it into knowledge and wisdom so that we can move forward. Using the power of alchemy to transmute, to take our pain and turn it into power and purpose. Okay? So we must do the inner work to move out of victim and back into remembering that we are creators. All right? So the law of one, Dolores Cannon, and Bashar. So if you've ever heard of Dolores Cannon, the law of one, Bashar, Dolores Cannon specifically, she was a hypnotherapist, and she thousands of people from all over the world, put them into this really deep subconscious place of hypnosis, and they all said similar things. They were all saying the same thing. They came here at this time to help humanity shift into this new earth. Again, this time has been prophesized and promised. You see it biblically throughout different religions and cultures. You see stories of a time where we will bring heaven to earth, right? And how do we do it? From the inside out. Again, the kingdom of heaven is within, right? So doing the inner work to heal and transform is how we change the outer, okay? So, from 1987 to 2012, we were in the harmonic convergence. This was a huge, massive shift in energy, excuse me, for our planet. It was called the mutative process. The new energy began to incarnate on Earth, on people on the planet, and become active in people that were already here, and then new souls that were also coming in, right? So we're seeing this falling away of the old energy. We're seeing a lot of people starting to wake up and question and move away from our current systems. People are waking up and becoming aware. There's this dividing line right now in human evolution. So we have these people who want to break free, who want freedom, and then there's people who are stuck still in fear and survival and stuck in the narrative of the world, still playing out the old story of humanity and think that change is not possible, right? So we're seeing this split. 2012 to 2027, this is a very important time. We must come into alignment with more of our soul purpose and embody it, and embody our vision and who we want to come at this time. Get really, really clear on your vision. Man without vision will perish, okay? It's very important at this time. To me, I look at it like this. I always say that I think the rapture is energetic. The rapture is not physical. The biblical rapture, it's an energetic shift. We're shifting, like I said, out of victim and fear, blame, shame, lower vibrations, and into higher frequencies, higher vibrations. We're moving back to love, which is God, which is our source, right? We've just gone so far away. We forgot, and we fall into this illusion of fear. But again, fear is just that. It's an illusion. It's not real. It's a choice. So we must embody it, do the inner work, and embody this new version of ourselves. So I have in my notes here a time that we are currently in, which is, they call the harvest, right? So we're moving from 3D, third level, a third density level of consciousness, to the 4D. So we're moving from 3D to 5D ultimately. From very material based in the 3D world. 5D is all about energy. We realize we're energy, we're lights, right? We're more than this physical body. But right now we're really seeing this shift where people are kind of in between, in the middle, in 4D, 4D density. 3D, like I said, is that polarity. People are still being controlled. A lot of chaos energy going on. Still a lot of people living in fear, right? In the old earth. That's the old earth. Then you have people that are starting to wake up and they're getting into this 4D state of mind. This is more like a dream state. You'll kind of find yourself, holy shift, kind of looking around like, is this real life? Like, am I really here? What the hell is all this? And you start questioning, like, who am I really? Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is my potential? Like, you know, previously in the old earth, everyone's just kind of walking around, la-di-da-di-da, head in the clouds, very unconscious, very unaware of the fact that we are creating our own reality. That our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our words have power. Okay? So we're taught that pretty much we're powerless, that things are out of our control, right? But that's just couldn't be further from the truth. Right, so again, the chaos in the 3D is the demolition process, the tearing down of the old so that we can create the new. So we have to balance our chakras. The bottom 3 chakras are all about survival. So like I said, we're moving up in energy and frequency, out of fear, out of survival, waking up, taking our power back, remembering that we're actually the creators of our own reality, and moving back into our hearts, back to love, which is our true divine spiritual nature and our eternal source. Choose love, you guys, right? Love is literally the answer. So we have to balance that, our chakras, clear out our energy and all these things. We're here to remember who we are. Like I said, we forget when we come here. Earth is a ground for spiritual growth and soul evolution. We come here to experience life, but if we remembered, we came here to experience all this. Where's the experience in that, right? A lot of growth happens when we don't remember, so we can get the lessons. We're infinite and eternal, but we forget so we can experience life, learn, grow, expand, and evolve. Again, activating our DNA at this time is so important so that we can align with these higher timelines, frequencies, and the new earth paradigm so that we don't get left behind, you guys. Eventually, I want to say I believe everybody will make the shift. People are waking up more and more. But it's so important that we do the inner work to heal, to transform ourselves. It's not about anything outside of us. And it's not something that anybody can do for you. No one is going to come save you. No one's going to do this work for you. You must do it. Okay? It's about living more of our purpose, our true nature and purpose as pure creative spirits, right? Stepping into who we truly, truly are and not who the world told us to be. So we want to embody it, transform. We know that our outer reality is a reflection of our inner world, as within, so without, as above, so below, right? So this is what we see with the collective unconscious. Like I said, we're one consciousness, one body, one mind, one consciousness, expressing itself in a multitude of fashions. So one source, that creative energy, created all of us to go in so it could experience everything all at once. But it couldn't remember that it was everything, or there would be nothing to experience. You see what I'm saying? So the collective idea right now, again, is the fear-based narrative: war, poverty, sickness, scarcity, lack, division, separation. We think we're all still separate, but we're starting to wake up and realize we're one collective consciousness. And if majority of people are stressed out, overworked, overwhelmed, inner world is a mess, anxious, depressed, right? This is mirrored and reflected. This is why we're creating hell on earth. You're living in your own personal hell. And collectively, it's pretty much still hell on earth. But there are so many people starting to wake up and take radical responsibility for their free will and choice. As creators, we were given free will and choice. That means we get to choose fear or love, but you cannot serve two masters, you guys. But we're trained and conditioned to live in fear, to live in negativity, blame and shame and victimhood. We're victims, you know? No, it's not happening to us, it's happening for us. It's not about why is this happening to me? It's what is this trying to teach me? So we have to get the lesson so we can move forward, or we're going to stay stuck in karmic loops and keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over. So we really must redo the reflection, the inner work and healing, and myself included, you guys. We are all works in progress, and we have things that we have to continually work on. We're here to grow. We're here to grow, and that means every single day getting 1% better. All right? Evolution is an everyday thing. It's not, oh my God, that's it. I'm done. I'm completely evolved. We're learning, growing, expanding every single day. And having that growth mindset, right? So we have to feel it, embody it, take action as this new version of yourself. So decide, get really clear on a vision for your life, okay? And where you want to go in the next few years. So you can start taking the aligned action to move towards it. Or else you're going to look back in 5 years, you're going to be in the same place, and you're like, what the heck, right? And it's the definition of insanity, to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. You have to work on yourself, change your thoughts, change your emotions. Like I said, we're elevating consciousness. You're shifting your frequency and vibration, your personality, your identity. You must shift your whole identity to become somebody new. But you have to choose, first and foremost, who do you want to become? What is that version, that unlimited version of yourself, that higher version of yourself, the highest version? All right? Getting creative, using your imagination. Albert Einstein said imagination is everything. It's a preview of life's coming attractions. What we imagine and think in our minds, we create. As a man thinketh, so shall he become. Thoughts become things. You see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. What the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Okay? So feel it, embody it, take action. The powers that be know, and they're trying to keep us in fear. They know that there's this shift in consciousness happening. They know that we're starting to wake up, that we are not conforming, not consenting to their bullshit anymore. And so they are working overtime, scratching and clawing. The darkness is doing everything it can to keep us in fear, to keep humanity in lower frequencies and in lower vibrations, to keep us from waking up and truly embodying this new level of consciousness. Okay, because they're losing power. They have the power and the control and the money and all the things now, but they're losing it. This is the shift that is taking place. The old earth into the new earth. The Bible talks about it and says there will be no more pain, death, suffering, right? This is where we are headed. The new earth is about living natural ways, heaven on earth, growing our own food, babies at home. You know, there's not going to be our current medical system and education, and everything is going to be completely redone. Okay? So, you guys, I want to end with this. We are making this shift. It's a shift in consciousness. It's about shifting your mindset, shifting your perception, shifting your beliefs, shifting your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, doing the inner work to transform yourself so you can make the shift, you guys, into this new earth, so you can completely transform your life, heal yourself, heal others, heal the world. You do this work, you're not only doing it for you, you're doing it for the collective. You're in generations to come, your generational line. Basically, you're saying, they say it runs in the family, I say this is where it runs out. You are stepping up and stepping in and doing the work to clear these things from your generational line, from your DNA, to create a new legacy for generations to come, you guys. And so if you want to learn more about what I specifically do, the work that I do, and how I can help you achieve your goals, I can help you do all these things that I just spoke about, to work on your own mindset, to shift your identity, to clear and cleanse your chakras, all the things, guys, to do the inner work. If you are ready to learn more about how I can help you do that, I wanted to just throw this in here at the end. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you guys, I have Summer Shift going on right now. For July and August, I'm working only with a select few people very closely to help you make this shift, okay? You're going to have all your questions answered. I will be right there in your back pocket. You're going to have access to me via Messenger to have all your questions answered, guidance and support, you guys, access to a private Facebook group with a powerful program that I put together called Total Transformation. And you're also going to get access to a weekly coaching and accountability call where I walk you through the recode process to rewire your programs, these emotions, and all the things that have been holding you back, that have been self-sabotage, causing you to self-sabotage old identities, pulling you back into your comfort zone. It's time for you to grow. It's time for you to step more into your calling and your purpose. All right, so I have the one-on-one going on. Or I also, until the end of June, just a few more days, about a week left, for $44, you guys, $44 for the whole entire month. You get a one call every single week, a weekly coaching and accountability call. Okay, that's going up to $99, you guys, in July. So if you're interested, comment or message me. I'll give you all the info, all the details, and let you know what I got going on. So I hope this makes sense. I hope it serves you well, you guys. This is my mission and purpose, to shift the consciousness of humanity. That's why I named my coaching Making the Shift, before I even really consciously knew, you guys, because I've been going through this massive spiritual awakening, and you might resonate with this as well. Been going through it for a few years and didn't really understand in the beginning what was happening. And now that I am where I am today, holy shift. Holy shift. We have so much untapped power and potential within us. And it's time for all of us to make the shift. So I love you guys. I'm going to get ready for bed. So truth, love, and light. Have a namaste. Bye for now.